SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
I'm in the position now that he had, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited about it, and hopefully I can keep the team going the way Frank started off with them and got them going in the right direction. Hopefully I can carry that on through.
Oh, he shoves the referee. He's out.
I'm always going to stand up for my players. If I take one on the nose, it's not going to bother.
Coach Jerry Sloan receives and celebrates his 1,000th career victory.
Kevin and Greg are aware of the fact that I may wake up one day and not be here. And basically that's where we are.
Tonight, we mourn the loss of a legend. Jerry Sloan has passed away at the age of 78.
Yeah, we'll take a look back on some of the most memorable moments of Jerry's coaching career, and we have reactions and memories from his former players and even an old rival.
And it's a sad day, of course, for Utah Jazz fans, but the passing of Jerry Sloan has provided us an opportunity to celebrate his remarkable Hall of Fame career. And the numbers tell us just how remarkable of a coach he was.
I'm in the position now that he had, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited about it, and hopefully I can keep the team going the way Frank started off with them and got them going in the right direction. Hopefully I can carry that on through.
Boy, he sure did. That was his first day as head coach of the Utah Jazz, December 9th, 1988. Frank Layden abruptly resigned, and Jerry took over. And the rest is history. He would coach the Jazz for the next 23 years. So many great memories, highs and lows over that time. The high, of course, was John Stockton's shot that sent the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals for the first time in 1997. Look at this list of accomplishments. It is long. He was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 2009. 1,223 wins, fourth all-time. He had the sixth best winning percentage of any coach in NBA history. 2 NBA Finals appearances, 7 division titles. 20 playoff appearances, 19 of those with the Jazz. 98 playoff wins, that's sixth all-time. He had 13 50-win seasons. He coached 1,809 consecutive games with the Utah Jazz, that's second all-time. He was the first coach ever to win 1,000 games with one franchise. He coached 133 different players as head coach of the Jazz. And this is my favorite Jerry Sloan stat. 245 head coaching changes in the NBA during his 23 years as Jazz head coach.
Very remarkable. Now, when the news came out this morning of Coach Sloan's passing, the reactions immediately began to come in from fans, players, coaches, and media from all across the country. And some of the more meaningful reactions came from those who knew him the best. That includes those who played for him and worked with him. He coached 133 players during his time as head coach of the Jazz. Mark Eaton and Thurl Bailey were among those, and they were among his best early on. Jazz broadcaster Craig Bullerjack covered Jerry's entire tenure as head coach, starting as a sports anchor right here on KSL 5 in 1985.
He was hired by Coach Frank Layden a few years into my tenure with the Jazz to bring that toughness. Now, I'm not sure we could have foreseen, what he would do at the helm going forward, but, Frank Layden knew something. He knew what Jerry had, and Jerry brought it to the team, and that was the team. Talk about identities of teams. That came from Jerry Sloan.
The great thing about him is he was consistent. He was the same guy every day. And I think from a player standpoint, I always appreciated that because you knew what to expect. There wasn't a lot of smoke and mirrors. Like, he was real. This is what he expected. And you could see the results on the court by listening to what he had to say and then going out and watching it occur the next night on the, in the arena.
He always told me, Buller, if you need somebody in a bar fight, I'm your guy. I may lose an arm, but I'll keep fighting. And that's just Jerry.
I can't imagine Jerry Sloan losing any fight. He had a remarkable impact on sports history in this state, the history of the NBA, and in the lives of those he coached and competed against.
I've just hoped that each and every time our guys put their uniform on and get out on the floor, they'll play as hard as they can. And I think the wins and losses take care of themselves.
There were so many tributes today, including Darren Williams saying this on Instagram. Their relationship was well publicized. I know things didn't end well between us in Utah. However, I'm glad that I got the chance to sit down with him before it was too late. Definitely something that would have haunted me for the rest of my life. Blessed that I got to play for him and learn so much. Carlos Boozer paid tribute to Coach Sloan, calling Sloan thoughtful and kind. Mehmet Okur said Sloan taught him so much on and off the floor. Paul Millsap thanked Jerry for the lessons and helping him mold him into the great player he's become and the man he's become. He said he'll always bring his lunch pail. Greg Popovich called Sloan a mentor, a man who suffered no fools and had a heart as big as the prairie. Danielle Marshall says Sloan brought the best out of him in his 2 years in Utah. And Rudy Gobert thanked Jerry Sloan for being one of the few guys that saw something in me when not many people did.
Well, still to come, a member of the 1,000 win club, Coach George Karl, joins us, and he shares what stood out to him about Coach Sloan's great career. That's coming up. Jerry Sloan is near the top of an elite list of NBA coaches. Just 9 coaches in the 74-year history of the league have won 1,000 or more games. Sloan, 4th all time. 2 spots behind him is George Karl, a coach who went head-to-head with Sloan in so many great playoff series and several battles for division titles. Some of the most memorable moments between Coach Karl and Coach Sloan came in the postseason. Karl's Seattle Supersonics met the Jazz 3 times in the playoffs. The last of those 3, a 7-game thriller in the Western Conference Finals. Coach Karl's rivalry with the Jazz was renewed when he became head coach of the Nuggets. During a 6-season span, it was either the Nuggets or Jazz winning that division title. Coach Karl told me this afternoon that Sloan was somewhat underrated when it came to intelligence in coaching.
I went to Carolina, and we play hard, we play together, and we play smart. Well, his team follows those rules. I mean, his team played hard, they played together, and they were a very smart basketball team. And I've said 100 times that smart is so much not talked about by NBA fans and media. But having an intelligent basketball team was just a forte of a Jerry Sloan basketball team. It's a sad day for basketball, but hopefully some along the way we'll all celebrate what a great man and a great coach he was.
Anybody can shoot it. We're just trying to get somebody that's going to make them at that position.
The funny quotes, the technical fouls, the fights with players, and the fantastic finishes. Some of our favorite Jerry Sloan moments are coming up next. You know, we could spend another hour paying tribute to Jerry Sloan. Unfortunately, we only have 90 seconds left. But, man, there are so many great memories and so many great moments that stood out in the career of Jerry Sloan, Sam.
Yeah, we've been shuttling through the tapes all night, finding all of these moments and memories. It's hard to trim it down, but we did select some of our favorites, and we bring those to you now.
Now you know they're a good team. And I said that in the beginning, and people thought I was crazy when I said they were a hell of a team. But now everybody knows.
I thought we played awfully soft. You know, if you're going to play a playoff game, and you got to get after people.
I'm always going to stand up for my players. If I take one on the nose, it's not going to bother me.
We handle him with kid gloves a little bit?
No, I'm not worried about kid gloves. I don't even like kid gloves. I'd rather have work gloves. If you're a basketball player, there's 24 hours in every day. You know, and I know people, they get tired of hearing me talking about, well, I'm too hard on these guys. But what else they got to do? You get 8 hours of sleep in a day. There's a lot of time to do a lot of different things. You can get yourself, I would think, mentally ready to play basketball, and I've never bought that.
Shooting guard.
We're trying to find a guard that's a making guard. I've heard so much about shooting guards. Anybody can shoot it. We're just trying to get somebody that's going to make them at that position.
We'll have much more on the passing of Jerry Sloan on SportsBeat Saturday at 6 o'clock and on Sunday at 10:45. For me, Sam, the word that stands out tonight is respect when it comes to Jerry Sloan.
Yeah, and for me also, just he's a fierce competitor. You hear it time and time again about how competitive he was, and it showed.
Our thoughts and prayers to Tammy and Jerry's family. Good night, everyone.